Hello, welcome to tutorial 3. I hope you are all finding these useful and are getting on okay. Remember, if you need any help, please just email me. You have my email address, or on Show My Homework you can write a comment and let me know if you need any help, and I'll get in contact with you. What we're going to do in this tutorial is we're going to look at how to edit features and sketches that we've already made, because it can be hugely important as a designer. You might realize that actually that hasn't turned out the way that you wanted it to, or it doesn't fit, and you've got to go back and change things. So instead of having to redraw or recreate the whole thing, it's really easy to just go back and edit a sketch, or go back and edit a feature, etc. So I'm going to show you how to do that, because before we move on to our next lessons, you are going to need to be able to change things. So we're going to open up another version of the tutorial that we've already made. And the way that you do that is that you right click and you hit copy workspace, and we're going to call it tutorial 3, and we'll just call it editing, and we'll hit enter. And what that does is it will open up a new version of the document that we were already working on. Okay, so it means that we can change this one, but we can keep the old one separate in case we want to show, particularly for those of you studying design technology, it's quite good to be able to show your iterations or show your versions. So you would keep the old one, and then we could edit this one. Okay, so let's imagine that we've created this shape, which we have, and we're in a scenario where we realize that it doesn't fit. There's something wrong. Now, let's say we wanted to change the size of sketch 1. So what we can do is we can right click and we can go to edit, and that opens up sketch 1 for us again. And let's view it from the top. You should be used to this by now, hopefully. And let's imagine that for whatever reason we need to change this 100 millimeters to 50. And we hit the green arrow, or the green tick, and you can see that Onshape automatically updates everything else to suit what we have just done, which is really, really useful. It saves us having to redraw everything. So you'd be surprised how useful that is as a designer. Let's imagine that 50 millimeters still wasn't right. So we wanted to go back in so we can edit it again, and we'll put it back to 100. But also this time, there's something else that I wanted to show you. So if you hover over a line, you can see all of these strange symbols, or symbols that might be strange, around the outside, okay? Now, all that they are constraints, okay? And a constraint essentially means that it's something that's telling the line, or telling the sketch where it needs to be. So if we highlight a line, we can delete some of these. Let's delete a couple of those, and it makes it blue. So it's the same as deleting a dimension. And now you'll see I can't drag it in or out, but I'm able to rotate what I've just done. Okay? So I want you to constrain this top line. So you highlight the line, so it's orange now, and there's a drop-down menu here. If you hover over it, it says coincident, but we don't want to make it coincident, so we choose the drop-down menu, and let's make this line that we've highlighted, let's make it horizontal, and it turns black now, which means that it's fully constrained again, it can't move. Let's hit the green tick, and we'll see how this has changed the loft that we made in the last lesson. Let's see what it's done. Alright, so it's added a twist. So that is significantly different from what we had already. Okay? So it's really useful to be able to change and edit what we've done. And obviously when we're designing, we can use this to show different iterations, which will help us to get some more marks. But more importantly, it just lets you quickly edit things to see how it will look, or maybe edit the size of holes, etc., so that you don't have to change the full thing. Alright? One last thing that we are going to do in this video is show you that you can also change the position of a plane. So if you hit edit, we made it 75 in the first video. Let's say this time we wanted it to be 50, and you can see that the plane moves, and then we just green tick and it changes the shape. So it's really, really quick and easy to change things, which is hugely important for designers. All right, this is a new file. So again, you'll have to click share, and you'll have to put my email address in here, please. And make sure that you hit the share button when you've done. Okay. Any questions, send me an email. See you soon. Bye-bye.